Hey, I'm back, and this video is about insurance. So, it's about insurance for your vacation rentals, your Airbnbs, VRBOs, short term rentals, whatever you want to call it. We're talking about insurance today. All right, so let's just start here where we know that Airbnb and we know VRBO and other booking engines have their own insurance. But a lot of times you have to submit a claim and they might not cover it. If a let's just say a guest damages some of your property, they get injured, whatever may happen, sometimes they won't cover it. So, what do you do in that case? Now, let me kind of break down two different scenarios. We're going to talk about maybe a smaller to medium sized property, and then we're going to talk about a larger luxury size property. Now, let's start with the smaller, maybe medium sized properties. Let's just say it's maybe a one or two bedrooms, doesn't have a lot of amenities. It's just really basic. It's a basic place for people to stay. You know, your basic bedrooms, kitchens, living rooms, backyard, maybe not a backyard if you're doing it in an apartment building, but it's nothing really for a person to get injured or not much that could get damaged, or it might not even be big enough for anybody to throw a party or anything like that. So, in those situations, I normally do not get insurance as far as separate insurance outside of the booking engines. I usually just use the booking engines if I need them to resolve anything because I normally don't have much of a value that I couldn't either come out of my pocket for or have it covered through the booking engine. So in those situations, I normally, like I said, do not get insurance. But for my larger luxury properties where it might have a basketball court, movie theater, swimming pool, a lot of different amenities at the home, a large size home that could sleep at least 15 people or more, I'm getting insurance. So today I'm going to talk about two different types of insurance and we're going to go over them a little bit in detail. So here we go. So let's first start with CBIS. Now, CBIS is actually an insurance company that I have used. And again, I've only used insurance or purchased insurance when I've have a larger luxury type of property where there are some amenities that people will use and could possibly get injured on. Okay. So, CBiz, as you can see, the website is here. They cover vacation rentals. Well, actually, both of these insurance companies cover vacation rentals, whether you own the property or whether you're renting the property and subleasing it as a short term rental. So, it will work both ways. And that's why I chose to focus on just these two to give you an idea of who you can call if you possibly need some additional insurance outside of your booking engines. Now, CBiz, they have a few pros and cons I'm going to go over. For CBiz, they are the pros I'm starting with first, excuse me. So they are less expensive than landlord or commercial property. So let's just say you have a property that you own, and this is only in this situation if you own a property and you actually have it as a long-term rental, or if you've used it as a long-term rental in the past and you want to switch it over to a short-term rental, it will be cheaper as far as insurance wise if you switch your insurance to vacation rental type of insurance. Okay. Another pro is that it's available in all 50 states. So whether you are a vacation rental host in your current city or if you host in a different city, it will cover that. Now, some cons for CBiz. It has limited coverage. So you do want to make sure you check with the agent and kind of verify what kind of coverage you need to make sure it would be a good fit for you. Okay. Make sure they will cover what you need. And also, another con is that they will only cover up to $5,000 in medical expenses if one of your guests gets injured. So, as you know, medical expenses can range, right? But it can get very expensive. And depending on what the injury is or what happens, $5,000 might not cover that. So keep that in mind as well. Right. So the website is here. You can see it on the screen if you ever want to check out CBiz for additional insurance for your vacation rental. Let's talk about proper. Okay. So proper insurance also again covers a homeowner, or it will cover a renter that is subleasing the property as a short-term rental. The website is here for you, but some pros for proper insurance is that they insure the loss of income. So let's say, for example, you have your property booked for a week and a pipe bust. You can't rent that property out because it's flooded the house. You now need to get repairs done and get it all resolved before you can rent the property again. Any loss of income that you have based off of that, whatever that pipe breaking, they will cover that. Okay. Or if, let's just say, you had guests and they damaged something that causes you to have to shut the property down and get it repaired, they will cover that loss. If you have additional bookings, maybe the next day, or if you have to cancel bookings because of that. Okay. There is no occupancy restriction with proper insurance. So, however many people you want to host at your property, they will cover that. That's another pro. Another one is that it's endorsed by VRBO/HomeAway. So they put their stamp on this, that this is a great type of insurance to purchase. And then also it extends coverage beyond the home. So some insurances only cover what's inside the house. But if you have a nicer property and it might have a swimming pool, it might have basketball courts, trampolines, whatever it may have, that are amenities that people could get injured on, this would cover that. Okay. So you kind of, again, have to look at your situation and figure out what would be best for you, and if you decide to get insurance. Now, I only have one con for proper insurance, and the con is that the price is higher if the host actually lives in the property. So let's just say a host is renting out a room, or they live in the property part-time, or maybe 75% of the time, whatever it may be. But if that's their residence and they rent it out for short-term rental just every now and then or part-time, the price is going to be higher. So that's another con. All right. So just those are just two, again, insurance companies that will cover vacation rentals. There are more, such as Allstate and American Family, like your normal insurance companies, but they're only going to cover it if you are the homeowner. So that's the difference. All right. So now that you've learned about two different insurance companies that could potentially cover your property, I hope that helped you. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If I can find the answer for you, I'll try. Or if I might have to say Google it, because I am pretty busy. So if it's something simple that you can probably find online easily, I might respond and say Google it. But if I do have the answer for you, I will definitely give that to you. Now, remember, you do not have to get extra insurance. I, again, only get it on larger properties that have different types of amenities that people could get injured on. So that is your choice. I can say I have never had to use my insurance. Let me knock on wood. I am grateful for that, but it would be a lifesaver if anything happened and I needed it. Okay. So it's like any other insurance. You might not ever use it, but it's a peace of mind to have it. Definitely, I would not get it on smaller properties. I don't think it's worth it, especially if you're making a decent income off of those smaller properties. You probably have the money to cover whatever it is that might happen, or if it's something you're renting, the landlord might cover it, or a management company might cover it. So that's all I have for you today. Hopefully, again, this helps you, and I will talk to you guys later with some more tips about managing and running a short term rental, and also how to set it up.